equivalent of Sefer HaYetzirah regarding the involvement of Klal Yisrael. Just to give an understanding what the Ramban is saying, Chazal tell us the Masa Ovesim Labonim, that the Ovos did certain things in their lives, and this forecasted the future of Klal Yisrael. For instance, the Midrash tells us that Avram Yorad LeMitzrayim, Avram went to Mitzrayim, we will go to Egypt. Avram, when he returned from Egypt, he was laden with tremendous wealth. Identically, when we leave Egypt, we go out with great wealth. So the lives and the experiences of the Ovos forecast what exactly we're going to experience in the future. So he says, just as you have regarding physical creation, you have Yetzirah, which is formation, and then you have the actualization of existence. Identically, the behavior and the experiences and the decisions of the Avos HaKadoshim, they are the equivalent of Sefer Yetzirah. That was the formation aspect of Klal Yisrael, but the actualization is Sefer Shmos. The bondage, the Gula, but he says something interesting. He explains when did actual Gula take place. He says, although we left Egypt, which we say, as the Gemara tells us in Brachos, that the primary Gula was in the morning, and that's why everybody agrees that you need Smichas Gula Tefillah in the morning. The evening was only Hascholas Gula at midnight with Max Bechoros, but the Ramban says, but the complete Gula only happened at Sinai with the building of the Mishkan. Why? Because initially, the Avos HaKadoshim, they were the Merkava for the Shechina. They were the location of the Shechina. When did we become the location of the Shechina? Klal Yisrael. We only became worthy of that relationship only at Sinai, but ultimately, it came about with the building of the Mishkan. Mostly Mishkan, V'shochem b'socham, Shmek with Mishkan, and I will dwell in it. So when did Klal Yisrael become the Merkava, the location for the Shechina? With the building of the Mishkan. And basically, Sefer Shmos, which is called Sefer Agula, according to Ramban, it's the book of redemption. It primarily is occupied with all that we said, and it concludes with the Mishkan. And with the conclusion of the Mishkan, the Gula is complete. This is it. That what? That the Shechina, that we're worthy of the Shechina, that we should be its location. We find that initially, HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world for the Adam. He put Adam in the Gan Eden, and to have that relationship. And his choice should have been not to eat of the Eitz Hadas. He failed. But if he would have eaten of the Eitz Hadas, would have not eaten, he would have refrained, the world would have reached its level of perfection. And the world would have been eternal in a physical, spiritual state, which is ultimately going to be at Tamid Chiyas HaMesim. He failed. When did we become Adam? Atem Kruyim Adam, Hem Lo Kruyim Adam. When did we have relevance to spiritual advancement? There's only at Sinai. That's Atem Kruyim Adam, Hem Lo Kruyim Adam. Only the Adam has relevance to the Shechina. Someone who's not Adam has no relevance to the Shechina. The Gemara tells us in Sanhedrin that a convert, a ger, cannot be a Navi. What's a Navi? A Navi is a person who Hashem has a direct connection with. A ger cannot be a Navi. He can be the greatest tzaddik in the world, he cannot be a Navi, he cannot be a prophet. So Gemara says, so what about Avadja Navi? Avadja Navi was an Edomite. How did he become a Navi? So Gemara says he was the exception, because since at the time of Achov, he wanted to kill all the prophets, and he went and he was a courtier in the house, in the court of Achov. He took 100 Nevi'im, 100 prophets, he put 50 in one cave, 50 in the other cave, and because of what he had done, his self-sacrifice, he put his life in jeopardy, Nevuah, prophecy continued. So the merit that only due to him does prophecy continue, which means Hashem has a relationship with human beings, that level of relationship, although he's a ger, he's the exception, Hashem has the relationship with him. So again, we see for HaKadosh Baruch Hu to have a relationship with a person, you have to be the Adam. The Adam, naturally the Adam. A ger which is only absorbed, he's attached to Klal Yisrael, although he functions as Adam, but it's not Adam independent. So it's only because he brought about the relationship between HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Nevi'im as a result of that he personally merited